We're back with another one, and this one is how to get players to have certain traits based on the weapon they're holding in their hand at the moment. And this is actually a request from Grit, but it's something I also needed to do to improve the current map I'm working on, so I'm glad this kind of came to me when it did. It actually works fantastically, and we got a couple ways we can do it. So let's jump right into this. So to start off, you're probably going to want a weapon on your map that matches the weapon you're going to have the player hold to get the traits. There's other ways of giving them the weapon as well, so it's not actually necessary, but it's just good to have it. In my case, I'm going to. And the first one we're going to use is this one right here. But we don't have to pull it into the node graph. We can kind of just jump right in because we don't have to reference it. So the first node we're going to start with is in Events Custom, and it's going to be every in seconds. I'm going to place it there. Let's see, the next one we're going to go to Logic, and for each player. Put it there. We can go ahead and change the seconds here. I'm going to put it to just 1 second. Just 1 second to make sure it works and doesn't bug out, because this node does like to act funny every now and then. So I'm not going to have it too short to where it breaks or anything. Next node is in players, and we're going to be getting all players. Don't worry, all players aren't going to be affected at the same time. It's nothing like that. You'll see when we get it done though. Go ahead and plug it into your objects list for each player. Next thing we're going to do is we need to find out how to get the weapon that the player is currently holding, and that's in the inventory category. Go down here to get player weapons. Connect that to your current player. Just like that. So now we need to figure out what we're going to do, and it's going to be the equipped weapon, which is the one the player is currently holding, not the holstered weapon, which is the unequipped weapon. And to do that, we need to actually get the weapon type. So let's go down here to get weapon type, which is just a few nodes below get player weapons. Plug the weapon into the equipped weapon. So now we're going to grab from Logic Compare weapon types. It's at the very bottom. Plug weapon type A into the weapon type of, get weapon type. And the next one we can just kind of select from the node properties of the compare weapon types. In this case, it's going to be a duelist energy sword, and so I select it like that. So what we have so far. Now let's go over here and let's grab a branch and just place it right here. Execute per player, connect that to the branch, and the condition is to make sure that the weapon type that the player is holding is the one that we want. Okay, so if true, what we're going to do is apply a trait set. And you can kind of do many different things, but obviously traits is part of the video. So let's go to apply trait set. We're going to place it right here. It's just in the basic traits category. We're not going to change anything of this just yet. Anything of that. Now let's go grab remove trait set, because this is going to be what happens if they are not currently, aiming down the sight basically with the weapon that you choose. If they switch to a different weapon, which this becomes this, it will remove the trait set. So now we need to declare trait set. These are all three of these come from the same trait category. Now the next one we're going to grab is from traits player, and we're going to make them turn invisible. Active camo. It's from traits player. Plug that trait in to the declared trait set like that, and I'm just going to put both of these to 1. Just like that. Now for the identifier, as all identifiers go, they need to be the same thing. So I'm just going to type INV for invisible. Okay, so now we can change some of this stuff. The unit that's going to be getting this trait is obviously the player. So connect that to current player on both of these nodes here. Apply immediately, yes, for both of these. And that will do it. So that's your script. Let me get it to a spot where you can see it. There you go. Now let's give it a shot. Oh, hello there. See, as soon as I picked it up, it works. Now if I switch, he can see me. But if not, I'm gone, and he can't see me. So, now that's that first half of the tutorial. The second half, it's just changing a couple of nodes. And to do that, all we need to do is get rid of these two nodes, because the second half is I'm going to show you how to get a specific weapon in your map. Like, let's say you hide a weapon somewhere and you want the player to find a secret weapon that gives them all cool stuff, but they generally won't come across it unless they really do some digging. And that's what this part is for. You don't want them to, let's say you have a commando in your map, but you don't want them to just pick up any commando, because you have regular commandos all throughout your map as well. But you don't want them to get these traits based off just picking up a commando. You just want them to get them off of just a specific commando you have just hidden in a rock, you know, somewhere, or like in between a rock or something somewhere. Well, to do that, we're actually going to grab the actual weapon you want to apply these traits with and pull it into the node graph with Y. And all we have to do is clear these two nodes from the original script, and then we grab from objects and grab an R same object node. Plug the weapon into object B and the equipped weapon into object A. R same object. That's all you have to do is delete these two, place this R same object node down, grab your weapon object reference, connect it like that, and now it works just the same. So let's go ahead and grab this one. I'm not invisible, but if I grab this one, oh, I can't grab it unless I switch weapons. There we go. Now I can. And now I'm invisible. And if he grabs this one, it'll be the same thing. He won't turn invisible. But if he switches back, I'm picking that up, and now go grabbing this one, he goes invisible. Perfect. So that's two ways you can apply traits based on the specific weapon a player is currently equipped and using. And there's a lot of different applications for this, and you don't just have to use traits. This could be a lot of other things. So, but that's all you have to do to get that working. So there it is, and it wasn't that hard at all. It was really easy, and one of these you can actually use in a mode brain, which is one of the more recent videos I did. So that also helps with budget and everything you might need to do as well. Well, I think that's it for this one, and I will see you guys on the next one. Oh my god, it snapped in my head!